Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Power Network and welcome to Highly Strange Daze. I'm Amy and Shannon's here. We're going deep into Florida's wild side with jazz hands from the Ocala National Forest to the Green Swamp, chasing down the legends that make this state one of the strangest in the South. Ocala's been haunted for generations. Locals even call it Florida's Bermuda Triangle, a place of strange lights, dark figures on the road, forgotten graves, and haunted houses hidden deep in the forest. The stories stretch back decades, and whether they're real or just part of Florida's folklore, that's what we're here to find out tonight. And if we get through all of Ocala's strangeness, we're going to head over to the Withlacoochee Trail, where I interviewed Marie Dumont, Florida's own Bigfoot researcher, where we talked all things skunk ape. So shout out to my Dragonflies, my replay crew, and everyone creeping in from the algorithm. Stick around because I'm rolling credits and we're getting this show on the road. Days, I'm Amy.
And I'm Shannon.
My neighbor Jennifer sits all alone. She dreams of flying up to the moon. And she thinks it's the perfect night for dreaming and make believing.
Hi, everyone. I think it's a perfect night to head into the Ocala National Forest and actually Ocala in general. From doing my research tonight, it's pretty spooky, ooky, haunted. I knew it was kind of weird, and I live like near this area, so I've heard whispers and this and that about Ocala, but it's always been more like the people, the strange people. But yeah, so. I've never really dove too much into the haunted cryptid joy of it all, which is really strange considering I talk about paranormal stuff. So, but before we get started, if we could just start that algorithm dance party that I like to do and just start warming up your fingers and dancing them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button. It helps us go out into the algorithm party out there. Today, we're coming to you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So, hi, everyone. And it is Sunday and it is Highly Strange Daze. So, I do have with me the amazing and enchanted Shannon. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I did fall today, so that was kind of a bummer, but
Oh, no.
yeah. But I just kind of banged up my elbow a little bit
Too
through
much
my
brunch?
work. No. The restaurant we went to, I always forget that it has a step down to get out.
Oh, yeah. I hate that. I hate when I do
And yeah. And I think they even have a sign, please watch your step or something like that.
that.
And this time I biffed it. I as I was I just lost my balance as I went to step down and it was a lot further down than I thought.
Yikes. I'm a
Uh-huh.
faller, so I can commiserate with you. I fall all the time, so.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, it's just, I've always been a faller, so.
Yeah,
But it's even worse because of the MS, so it's gotten worse as I've gotten older, but
um yeah, every couple of years I have a real good fall. Um yeah.
oh, well,
I
hopefully
felt
you got this one out of the way then.
Yeah. I fell a few years ago. My friend's wedding. We were there the day before, for the rehearsal. And
Uh-huh.
as we were leaving, I actually it was the same idea that particular door had a step down, and I was distracted because some of my friends were saying something to me as I was leaving, and then so I was looking back to them, and yeah, I lost it. I lost it there too on the porch.
Dang it, those dang step downs, they get you every time.
That's for sure.
So today's show is your idea actually. You kept sending me things on the Ocala National Forest. We do have some people coming into chat. Let's say hi to them really quick. Hi, what is that? Well to no 5501. Wellington
Wellington Oda.
Oda?
I would
Wellington
say,
Oda.
yeah, I would say Wellington Oda.
Wellington Ola. Hola. Hi, Carolina. It's so good to see you, honey. And hello, Amber. Hey, do you
Oh,
like talking about the Royals, Shannon?
um,
Have I asked you this before? I feel like I have.
you might have. I think I like talking about them when the old bat was still alive,
Oh,
because she was so mean.
she was such a vibe. She was a vibe, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know why. When I saw Amber, because Amber and I have been talking a little bit about the Royals, and I saw some stuff last night, and I didn't send it to you because I didn't know if you talked the Royals, but I knew Amber did, so I sent it to her.
The last I heard from them is that they like totally disowned Prince Andrew, which good on them. They should
Yeah,
have
I think
long
something's
ago.
really gonna come out on Prince Andrew. Like it's so bad that they're like, no, dude. It's like no, we
Right,
can't
right.
even like it's that bad. So I think something's coming out on Andrew. That's what I sent to Amber. Anyway, let's get back to the Ocala. I didn't mean to take us off into there, but okay. So the Ocala let me say National Forest. Let me get the screen ready too. I'm getting too excited about the Royals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love British history. So, I could talk to you about other royals like from hundreds of years ago, but, current royals, yeah.
Do you like to talk about the royal that left for the American back in the 40s? I forget I'm having a brain freeze on them. So
The one that married the actress, was it?
I don't think she was an actress, but he abdicated and left to marry her.
Yeah. Um, I mean, that's not, no, I don't know. I
No.
mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's not something I really cared about. I'd rather talk about, the Wars of the Roses and the Tudors and
Uh
yeah.
going further back. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Hello? Are you there? Uh-oh.
sorry, I'm having a
Oh,
little bit of tech problems tonight. My computer is glitching. It's like literally like freezing and then flashing. But so I hope. Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, a brief history of the Ocala National Forest. It was officially established in 1908. It's the oldest national forest east of the Mississippi River in the continental USA. Is the forest covers roughly 383,000 to over 400 acres. Various sources listed it differently, so that's where it is. And it's of north central Florida. And the terrain is highly varied. There's sand, pine, scrub, highlands, lowlands, over 600 lakes and ponds, a network of springs and sinkholes. And the locals call it the Bermuda Triangle, and this phrase is not an official designation, but it comes from the forest's reputation for mysterious disappearances, strange lights, unexpected phenomenon, and remote wilderness that seems to swallow people. So,
Oh,
um,
wow.
yeah, and it's pretty dense. It's the forest is dense woods, it's remote trails, off-grid campsites. Sinkholes provide an ideal setting for vanishing stories and odd happenings. And it's really largely undeveloped, and there's reports of missing campers, strange lights, and unmarked graves in there. And so it's so remote. It's so remote with dense pine scrub that it's often a good place for people to go missing, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So there's that that's happening, and there's missing persons and disappearances in there. Some of them, just some of the missing person was Teresa Hartley. She was 66 from St. Augustine, and she vanished in March of 2023 after visiting ONF with a friend. And there has been extensive search efforts, and there's been no trace of her. And that's one of the most recent ones. And so there's also been strange lights and unmarked graves, and there's other things that have been found in there, and that's what we're gonna go over, the weirder aspects of it.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
had never even heard of it until I was going down a Facebook reel rabbit hole. I just go from video to video. It happens quite often. And they showed me a video, that redheaded woman, and then I watched another one by her, and then I Googled it to see if there were other people besides her that talk about it, to to make sure that it was really a thing, and it was. So then I, you know, suggested it to you.
Yeah, it's quite a thing. And I haven't been there, but like I said, I've been, like, I live right by the Withlacoochee. I think that's the names. The names get me in Florida, the Withlacoochee. Favorite name. And there's in the town like that by around where I live, there's they have this festival called and it's named after the cooter turtle. There's a turtle named the cooter. So in October it's Cootertober. Cootertober.
Followed by No Shave November.
Oh, so I mean, it's great, but yeah, I'm by the Withlacoochee, and I met Marie Dumont there, and I walked through it with her, and even that's haunted. That's got haunted stuff, and there's trails right by me and stuff. So if we have time, we'll go over to the Withlacoochee, and if we don't, we'll make that a whole other series because there's a lot in Ocala. There's a lot. So
I think we need to make time for the Withlacoochee.
Okay, so here is we're gonna kick it off. So what we do here is we will show things, read things. I'll stop and start it. We'll talk over it. We won't read everything in its entirety, but what we do is put everything over in the YouTube show notes, and we do this to cite our sources and for fair use. And if you ever want to use it for yourself. So this is a gentleman that I found over on Facebook talking a little bit about Ocala in the wilderness and everything that haunts it, and a little bit of history too.
The Ocala National Forest, located in Central Florida, has a very rich history. Some of it good, some of it bad. They say that the Ocala wilderness never truly sleeps. The glowing lights, shadows in the palmettos, cries in the night that don't match any animal in the forest. Some who have entered never come back. See, Ocala carries a certain mystique that chills even the toughest who enter its wilderness boundaries. For centuries, people have lived here. The Timucua and the Seminole Indians left their mark around the springs where massive shell mounds still stand. Ocala is more than a forest. It's history layered into the land. In the 1800s, Fort King became a flashpoint of the Seminole Wars, the longest, costliest native conflict the U.S. Army ever fought. Blood was spilled across the pine flats, and the echoes remain. Even today, strange lights ripple across the wilderness, some belonging to the Pine Castle bombing range, where planes train at night. The ground shakes, windows rattle, but deep in the scrub, it feels like something else is moving. Then come stories of the skunk ape, Florida's Bigfoot, sightings of a foul-smelling, shaggy figure that persists, and real creatures blur the line. Further, troops of rhesus monkeys that were released decades ago still roam these woods, screaming and startling hikers and backpackers.
I actually didn't know about those monkeys, and that I just recently heard about all these monkeys, and that kind of scares me.
Yeah. Especially if you live near it. Holy cow.
Yeah. And I keep hearing this legend of this dark man, and I couldn't find a whole lot like people getting video on it, but the description is there's this dark man is described as a tall, shadowy figure, sometimes wears a top hat, which just sounds like the man with the hat that we've talked about, or a trench coat, and appears at remote forest roads, campsites, or even in houses near the national forest. And then from Haunted Marion County article, there was a dark man that appears in various places, mostly roads. So he just sort of appears in the roads, and nobody really quite knows who or what it is. But I don't think anyone quite knows what these dark men are anyway.
Yeah. I think the guy in North Carolina was white though. Like pale paste, like a skinwalker.
Yeah, but no, there's these men, there's these I listen to Monsters Among Us, and there's these constant reportings of this dark men, shadow figures that are in trench coats wearing like freaking cowboy hats or like top hats, and it's like, what's that all about?
And that's in Florida.
Well, it's happening in Florida in this Ocala. Yeah, they're just reporting this dark. But usually this shadow man happens in homes. Like you see it in a home, like at night, you see it going along the wall or something, not on a road. But
no.
I really think the veil is thinning and there's weird stuff happening. But
agreed. Oh, this is the redheaded lady.
Yes, we're going to listen to some of the redheaded lady. Spook lights, ghosts of the female who some visitors reported seeing, haunted dark man. Yeah, is enough to convince me not to go to a place like, yeah, and I'm actually thinking about going to it. That's so funny.
Bring someone with you, woman.
Oh, I'm not going alone. No, not alone.
That Ocala National Forest has cults in it. We have also known that it is a hunting ground for serial killers. Gerard Schaefer.
So this is the weirdness of Ocala Forest, and these are some of the weird experiences that people have sent. So I've got like three or four of them by her. So we're just going to listen to her in a series and go. And then we have some things to read too.
Was the biggest one. I talked about the Devil's Tree, where he dumped at least 2 girls' bodies, but he hunted in Ocala National Forest as well as many other locations in South Florida. That is the serial killer we know about. Imagine how many there are that we don't know about. Because a lot of people have gone missing in Ocala National Forest, and I haven't seen some of their names on NamUs. And if you aren't familiar, that's a national database of missing people in this country. Ocala National Forest is 387,000 acres. Unfortunately, it is the perfect hunting ground for people who want to do nefarious shit. And it is also the perfect dumping ground. That and the Everglades. And before y'all jump down my throat, when I say cult, I am not talking about the rainbow people, at least not just them, because a lot of the rainbow people are actually good, normal people. My old bosses were actually rainbow people, and that's a whole different video in itself. But there are bad apples in every bunch, unfortunately. What I am about to tell you is not my firsthand experience, but it is the experience of multiple people who follow me and send me their stories. Multiple people, mostly women, actually, have reported that they hear weird screaming in Ocala National Forest, whether it is day or night, and they say it doesn't sound like a bobcat, it's not a panther, it's not anything that sounds like anything other than a human. And these are people who know the wildlife of Florida.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
I said, well, it's a rhesus monkey. That's what we learned, right?
Yeah, right. It's just a monkey. Or it could be, but I'm thinking it's something else too. There's probably
or were the rhesus monkeys in the Gitchakuchi?
Oh, they're in both. Yeah, no, the Withlacoochee is actually smaller than the. I think it's smaller. Let me see. The Withlacoochee. State Park is, it's part of the Withlacoochee State Forest, which runs through Inverness, Floral City, Hernando, and Dunellen. I don't know. Let me get back into this and I will find how large it is, but I don't even think it's that big.
These are people who would know what a bobcat sounds like. They would know what a panther sounds like. One woman said that she was with her family there late at night and she started hearing that screaming. She went to investigate with her husband, which obviously means she doesn't watch my videos enough. And when they went to go look, they found a man crouched down in the brush watching them. She said this man looked very disheveled, like he was homeless or maybe had been out there for a while. And when they were walking up to him and he saw them, he bolted. But she said that the screaming had sounded like it was much farther away than this man was. So she doesn't think that it was him doing it. They got pretty spooked after that happened and didn't continue to look for the source of the screaming, and I don't blame them. According to another story that somebody had sent me, he lives either in Ocala National Forest or right along the forest border. And one night he woke up and his dog was barking at something. He looked out the window and realized that there were people all around his house. Random ass people that he did not know were standing in a circle surrounding his house. In the time that it took him to grab his pew-pew and go out the front door, they started running and he was never able to find any of them. But he said that after that night, he started finding weird shit around his house. One time it was a dead chicken. One time it was spray paint. Like, these people were obviously targeting him for.
So there's that. There's actual people that are living there, but actually it's much bigger. The Withlacoochee is much bigger. It's 157, 479. 1,000 acres, but others say it's about 165.
1,000 acres? Wow.
Yeah, it's really big. It's just as big as, it's just like almost as big as the other one. So there's probably people living there too.
That's a national forest?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's another one. This is Swamp Witch Tales.
Counter while in those woods. Now I think we need to talk about something that is more supernatural in nature, but it's still something important to discuss if you're planning on going into that forest. The name of this weird phenomenon is the Ocala shift. Once I explain it, that name will make sense. It's been experienced by multiple people over several years. The shift can present itself as being in the forest and suddenly a lot of time passes and you have no memory of the time passing at all. It can be going into an area of the forest that you know very well and things aren't looking right. Things have moved. Things have changed without any explanation. Time seems to jump. Things seem to move on their own, or they vanish altogether. Theoretically, if somebody were to go into Ocala National Forest and get caught in the Ocala shift somehow, it is possible that they would never be found. Again, hypothetically, just like the objects that vanish. This is strictly theoretical. I'm not saying it's ever happened for sure. But if you have weird occurrences like that that are reported by multiple different people over many years, I think that it's important enough to worry about, or at least be cautious of. One Reddit user said he experienced something really strange as he was driving home from Gainesville to South Florida with his friends. It was the night before Halloween, so they all wanted to get home before the festivities, and there were 5 of them total in the car. He mentions if you look at any map of Ocala National Forest, it will show you 2 main roads. One that runs north to south, one that runs west to east. They enter the forest from the west, heading east, so it should have only taken them an hour to get through the forest. He says he doesn't want to talk about the things that they saw while driving through the forest because they're an imaginative bunch and maybe they were just imagining it, hinting that they did see weird things while driving through. The next thing any of them remember is when they are exiting the forest at 3 in the morning. And remember, this drive should have only taken them an hour. But what's even weirder is they didn't come out on the east side, they came out on the northwest corner, which means they pretty much did a circle going back west. This would not have been possible without them purposely taking a bunch of small side roads to get back up that way. But he says they didn't make any turns, they didn't get off on any side roads, at least from what all of them remember. But even if they did somehow take a bunch of weird small roads and turn off without realizing it, it should not have taken them 4 hours to get out of the forest, especially when they were doubling back. Weird shit happens in Ocala National Forest, even when you're just driving through.
Does that sound like more a bit like UFO to you, though?
It does. UFO or the Men in Black.
Yeah, it could even be that.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird. But I mean, it just sounds more a little like ET to me. But I mean, and I'm not saying, but and of course there's these things, these things, and the
Oh,
this to me, I was like, oh man, that's thanks, Shannon.
aha.
Seeing in Ocala National Forest. For the last 3 years, I've received stories from people saying they see a creature that is 7 to 8 feet tall step in front of their car when they're near Ocala National Forest or driving through it. They say it's gray, it doesn't have a face, no discernible features, but it is aggressive and it sometimes follows them. This is the closest thing I have seen to what they've described so far, but what do you think? I think somebody might have captured a video.
I think it's a rake. What do you think it is?
Sure. I just thought it was probably a skinwalker.
Oh, I think it's one of these new well, I don't think it's not new, but it's kind of new. Like I like when we were doing cryptids back in the day, we never talked about this, but it's this rake. It's they're fictional, but they're actually showing up on you know, on those cameras out in the woods for hunters put them out, trail cams. Yeah. So it's these things, and more and more let me see if I can get a good image. I think it's one of these things.
Wow. Yeah, that does look like it. Oh, so
Hold
weird.
on. This is a good one right here. I think it's this.
Ugh. Is that a video?
No, I think it's just a picture that somebody drew. But there are, if I had time, like if I had time, or if I had if I was able to do it before, I would have had this ready. But we can do something on a rake one night. But yeah,
Okay.
I've seen them on these scary trail cam videos that I've been watching. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Shannon? What do you think it
That,
is?
yeah, that's very possibly could be what that is. That's weird looking.
It's very weird looking, and they're like, but they also stand with like their butt in the air and they walk really funny. It's just like, yeah, they're creepy.
Weird.
Okay, here's another one. But this isn't the same woman, but this is more on the Ocala forest. Oh, wait.
Uploaded some crazy camera footage from outside of her house. This was taken in her backyard. She has one
Oh,
in her
wait, that's the rake. That's the rake I wanted. This is what I think it is, the rake. I did
That's-
have and did get it. So here it is.
Okay.
backyard, one on the side, other side, and the front of her house. And this thing was captured not only on her backyard camera, but on the side yard camera as well. They said they came home one night, they were turning into their driveway and they saw something in the wood line. So they checked their cameras and this thing showed up on their camera. At first,
What do you think?
Looks rakish to me.
So I think that's they have those hanging out in the Ocala National Forest.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Creepy.
Okay, here's some on the spooky, scary, the rainbow people of the Ocala
Oh
forest.
yeah.
Yeah.
like Kirk's death not being celebrated. Like, I don't think that it should be celebrated, and I respected the way that he debated people. But anyway, this is a story about the rainbow people of Ocala National Forest, and all the people that hate me said that they already left. So hopefully you guys won't be getting any more hate in the comments. If you're new here, my series is called Spooky Scary Storytime, and I tell user submitted stories. Everybody who listens, so if you have a story, feel free to send it to me. This came from someone named Elena. Elena said she was basically an amateur photographer in Florida, and she became friends with this guy whose name is Tanner, but that's not his real name, but that's the name that she gave me. She became friends with him, and he was part of the rainbow family. Okay. And she clarified that that is not the same thing as the rainbow people, who may be supernatural in origin. I don't really know. But the rainbow family is like peaceful. Like, they just are kind of hippies, she described them as, and they just go out to the woods on occasion and they just hang out and they eat food and they bond and they love peace and unity. But the rainbow family isn't a centralized group. Like, there's no central leader. It's just groups of people who believe in the same concepts of love and unity, right? So Tanner knows that she's an amateur photographer. She doesn't really know what she's doing yet. So he invites her to come to one of these gatherings. They're going to camp for like a night. She's like, yeah, I would love to. That sounds really fun. So they go out to Ocala National Forest, and she said some of the people were cool with being photographed, some were not, but either way, it didn't matter. Everybody was really, really nice to her. And there was this older lady there who was like kind of the leader of this particular camp. We'll call her B. And B is welcoming, and she invites her and she's feeding her and she's making sure she's taken care of, and she's inviting her to take pictures. And she's kind of the one that takes Elena under her wing, and she's kind of just explaining their philosophy, right? So that night they're all sitting around the fire, everybody's having a good time, and they start drumming. It's a drum circle, but she said it was peaceful, it was like really lighthearted, everybody was dancing, it was really fun. And because B had explained to Elena all of the reasons that they do certain things, she's like, what's the reason for the drumming? And B says, it's so we can't hear them humming, it's to keep them in check. And Elena's like, who is them? And B says, it's the rainbow spirits of the forest. She's like, they're cool, we're cool, we just do this so that we don't infringe on them and they don't infringe on us. So Elena's at this point like, I don't really know this hippie stuff, but like, cool, I'm with you. She continues taking these pictures of the campfire and everything around it, right? And this is where the story takes a turn, because that night she goes to bed and people are still up. Like, they're still by the fire, campfire's still going. She falls asleep. She wakes up in the middle of the night while people are still out by the fire, mind you. And she gets up to go to the bathroom, and she is walking back to the tent, and she sees this rainbow in the trees. She described it as like the glare when there's like a piece of glass that catches the light, just a small spot on one of these trees. So she's like, this would be a really cool picture. Like, she didn't know where that was coming from, but there was a body of water nearby, so she assumed that it was like the moon reflecting off the water somehow and casting a rainbow. I don't know. So she goes in the tent to get her camera. Tanner's still up. Okay. He says, where are you going? She says, I'm going out in the woods to take this picture of this rainbow that's in the trees. He said, you really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't go out in the woods late at night like this, like by yourself. And she's like, no, I'm gonna be fine. Like, it's right there, I can see it. So she leaves, she goes in the forest, and she's trying to find the source of this rainbow, because every time she tries to take a picture of it, it's just not showing up on the actual picture. She said she didn't think this was anything supernatural in origin. She just thought she was not a good photographer at the time. So she's walking out further into the forest, and she's getting deeper and deeper, and she's like, wow, this is a lot farther than I thought. And finally she's standing like underneath the tree where this rainbow is cast. She points her camera up, she tries to take the picture, and it's still not showing up. So then she's like, where is this coming from? And she looks over and she sees a little glimmer of something. And sitting in the bushes, she sees a man who's holding a flashlight and a piece of glass or small mirror, and he's reflecting it up on the trees. And she said this man was absolutely not in their camp. Now, there are other groups of people, so he could have belonged to a different group of the Rainbow family, but she said the way that he was dressed, it was very like scrappy. Like he looks like he lived in the forest. He had dirt on his face. He had like sun-leathered skin. Like he just looked like he had been outside for a long time. And as she looks at him, he points the mirror down. So now the rainbow is on the ground and he starts dragging it to himself, like creating a path from her to where he's sitting in the bushes. And she said at this point, she just screamed and she started running back toward the way she came. But as she turned around, she realized she couldn't see the light from the campfire anymore. She had no idea where she was. So she just started running. She said she ran for what felt like forever. It was probably only a couple minutes, but she realized she was lost and she had made a wrong turn somewhere. So she was running around in circles, screaming in the forest until finally someone heard her from the camp and she heard Tanner and a couple other people come calling for her. They ended up finding her, bringing her back to camp. Tanner ended up getting her calmed down. He said, there are other camps camping out here right now. He was probably part of another Rainbow family camp. B, though, the leader of this group, said, no, that was a rainbow spirit. It wanted you to come closer. It's a good thing you didn't. I don't know if the story is supernatural in origin or if it was just a guy that was living in the woods.
I don't know. What do you think?
It just sounds like a guy that was living in the woods.
I don't know, but why would he drop his rainbow thing to the ground and then try to draw it to him? That's weird.
Yeah, that is very weird. But I mean, you think if it was a spirit, they wouldn't need a flashlight and a piece of glass.
Yeah. I guess the flashlight, but maybe the glass they would need, but not the flashlight. That makes sense. Why would he have a flashlight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is another story that I found, and then I found a few that we can read.
Okay.
Students John Edwards and his sister Pam set out on a quiet camping trip to Florida's Ocala National Forest. As the siblings begin setting up their equipment, they're approached by a stranger offering to help. Weary from the drive, Pam gladly accepts the gesture. An hour later, the stranger returns with another man, introducing him as his brother. The two join the siblings by the campfire, and the group chat late into the evening. At approximately 10:45 p.m., one of the strangers suggests they head to a nearby pond to photograph the alligators. Intrigued, the siblings agree, but despite the strangers leading the way, they never reach their intended destination. Suddenly, one of the strangers strikes Pam on the head, knocking her to the ground before quickly handcuffing her. John, caught off guard, reaches for a walking stick one of the strangers had been carrying. He swings it at the attacker, but the struggle is brief. Overpowered by the two, John is quickly subdued and dragged farther down the trail, where he suffers multiple skull fractures and a fatal wound to his neck. Meanwhile, Pam is taken back to the campsite, where she is assaulted by the attackers before being bound and left tied to a tree. For 2 excruciating days, Pam remains tied to the tree until she finally manages to chew through the ropes. Once authorities are notified, a search begins, and within hours, John's lifeless body is discovered. With the help of a composite sketch, investigators home in on Lauren Cole and William Poole. Both men initially denied their involvement, but as evidence mounted, the truth became undeniable. Although Paul was an accomplice in John Edwards' death, Cole was the one who inflicted the fatal injuries. As a result, Paul was sentenced to 5 concurrent life sentences, while Cole received the death penalty. In 1994,
That happened in 1994, and that's an example of some real life dangers that happened out in the forest. Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would want to camp there.
Yeah, I actually would not probably camp out there. But it's even like even with somebody, it's dangerous. So
Right.
So I went over to Reddit to see if we could find some stories. Do you feel like reading?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Let me see here. Okay. I had a strange experience in Ocala National Forest. Doing some research. Any links to legitimate information regarding the macabre history of this forest are welcome. Looking for personal accounts as well. Hello, my fellow Floridians. I'm doing some research about the Ocala National Forest. I live nearby. I've been told that a lot of strange and unexplainable events have occurred there as long as it has existed. I started researching after walking my dog in one of the parks when we had our own strange experience. About a month ago, my dog and I took a walk through one of the dog-friendly walking paths near my home. About 2 minutes into our walk, I became almost overwhelmed, feeling of unwelcomeness. My dog, after several hundred sniffs, out of nowhere stopped dead in her tracks as we approached a small land bridge. She, a fearless and energetic alpha pit Catahoula mix, sat down and stared at this vacant bridge for about 3 seconds, started whimpering, and led me with her leash as fast as she could out of the forest in the opposite direction. A dog who growls and chases after squirrels in the backyard tried to befriend a sandhill crane that lasted about 2 seconds before I discovered there was one in the backyard, has to be yanked back from snakes that she sees as a chew toy on walks, low growls and barks so she can sense someone about to ring the doorbell, and an empty land bridge in the middle of a forest makes her whimpering, running with her tail tucked between her legs, disregarding any potential smells we didn't sniff on the way in. I've never seen her that weirded out by nothing. She doesn't like water and probably associated the land bridge with water, so that could account for the whimpering. However, she has never done this by the docks we visited with water beneath. She just pulls me hard in the opposite direction, no whimpers. Tell me what you know. I love this mysterious and beautiful forest, but I'd like to know more about its history before returning. Returning.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. I mean, there's not, there's snakes and stuff, but there's black bears, alligators, hogs. There's some kind of cat, large cat that sounds like a baby when it was like mountain lion. I don't think it's a mountain lion, but it's some big cats out there. There's
I
a
think
lot
a
of bobcat that there's
Yeah.
a lot. And animals are much smarter than we think. But
Right. And that last video that we watched, I something struck me as odd, and then I forgot to mention it. When they're like, the two brothers, they said, "Hey, let's go look at this pond and you can photograph the alligators." And I'm like, "What? What?
oh, I've done
Why
that.
would you, in the middle of the night, go and buy alligators that
Yeah.
could eat you?"
Alligators are in every freaking water source in Florida, though, Shannon. They just are. I mean, they're everywhere. And yeah, I've actually been at a campground, and we were out having a party, and I mean, it was beautiful, and there was alligator in the water, and they were throwing marshmallows out to it. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's a
I,
thing. It's a Florida thing.
I was picturing that commercial
Probably
for
a smart thing, but it's a thing.
um
You know what it reminds me of? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like that alligator movie where Betty White's throwing food out to that huge alligator. Something like that, but it's a thing.
there's this new commercial out for a car, and I don't remember what kind of car it is, but it's for like side cameras, front cameras, proximity cameras, and like these people they're like, "Yeah, you picked a great spot or something to camp," and they start to open their doors, and then the car's dinging, and there's like an obstruction, and they're looking around, they don't see anything, and then finally they turn the cameras on and they see a whole bunch of alligators in front of them and
Oh
around
yeah.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I keep envisioning.
Yeah, I do have a fear that I'm gonna like go outside and there'll be like an alligator out there or something, because I live by some channels and stuff, and I've seen like this spring there was an alligator. I don't know if it was an alligator or a crocodile. I don't know the difference really, but there was it was like 3 or 4 foot in the channel. So, and
Wow.
it would sun itself in the place that I like to like do some meditation and stuff. So,
And that doesn't scare you?
well, it's not that big. It wasn't that big. Like, I think no, it wasn't that big. It was still like a juvenile. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to get close to it. I did take video of it and stuff, but yes, it scares me. I just told you I'm afraid I'm going to walk out and it's going to be out front or something. But
I couldn't do it.
or I'm afraid I'm going to go into my shed has the washer and dryer. I'm really afraid what I might find in there one day. So
Oh Jesus.
yeah. But it's Florida. What are you going to do, right? I mean, it's like living on the edge every day.
Yeah.
Wise.
It reminds me of when I went to Arizona, and I woke up the last night there, and there was a scorpion in the sink.
Ah, no. Yeah, that's why well, yeah, no. I don't think there's scorpions here, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Now, yeah, I could be wrong. So there's everything
fire
here.
ants.
Huh?
Fire ants.
Oh yeah, there's just every insect. That's terrifying here. Yes. So let's go over to the Withlacoochee and talk a little bit about that.
I gotta see how this is spelled. Oh,
Withlacoochee.
Withlacoochee.
Yes.
Well, it was just the anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and in his song, Gordon Lightfoot says, "The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down to the big lake they call Gitchagumi."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously Native American name. Like Florida has a lot of Native American names, like Michigan does. So, I mean, yeah. But so here the size, like I said, it's like roughly 165,000 acres. It spans part of 4 to 5 counties in Florida: Citrus, Hernando, Pasco, Sumter, and sometimes Lake. It's considered one of Florida's largest state forests, often cited at, I don't even know why I thought it wasn't that big, as the second or third largest in the state forest rankings. And so that's a little something on the Withlacoochee. And I met up with Marie Dumont, who is a Florida Bigfoot researcher. And we met at one of the, I don't know, I guess they're called trailheads. I don't know. We met there and I interviewed her. We're going to take a quick peek at it. But
I like her shirt.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's a lot of fun. And I think we did this like 3 years ago.
Bigfoot researcher in Florida.
So you say Bigfoot, you don't say Sasquatch?
Well, typically I say skunk ape Bigfoot researcher because here in Florida, it's you've got Bigfoots and skunk apes. So, all right, first of all, are you recording?
Yeah.
All right.
What is the difference between a skunk ape and a Bigfoot? Or are they the same? Because they're all, I heard skunk ape, Sasquatch, a Yeti, Bigfoot.
Well, the research that I've done, things that I've read or heard or seen or whatever. So what it seems to be, and I this is just my theory about the whole skunk ape Bigfoot thing, is I think we have both species here in Florida. And because the reports, like from Central Florida and north, the reports are Bigfoot 7 to 9 feet tall, 5 toes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When you go further south, like Mayak.
What are you talking about? Oh, all toes.
Has 5 toes. Correct.
Oh, so there are species.
Skunk apes, when you go further south, they're 5 to 7 feet tall and they have 4 toes.
Huh.
There is a difference between what you find South Florida versus what you find Central and North Florida.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. 4 toes.
In Florida alone, they're different.
I wonder if they, how the monkeys their thumb is like completely opposite of their toes. I wonder if it has that. You know, on their feet, they have like it would be like their big toe on their feet, but it's like a thumb almost.
Maybe. I wish she were here. I should actually invite her on the show. She's
You
from
should.
Bigfoot, and we should see if we could get her on. Because that would be a good question. I didn't ask it, of course. So, but we we walked through around, and she showed me some places. The audio isn't that great. I was just starting
We
out,
had some
so
spooky cookie friends who could take us to all those places and stuff. And then, so we would photos and stuff like that, get orbs, blah blah blah. And then, then you start like hearing stuff about aliens.
she was starting to tell me how she got into researching Bigfoot. And so I believe she started off with a paranormal group, much like I did, and then ended up into the skunk ape. And she spends tons of time. I'm sure she's been out in Ocala. I'm positive she probably has.
Probably. I would hazard a guess that she has.
Yeah. So, and here is some more footage of her out in the researching various places.
We want to thank you all for being here.
Like she does lectures and whatnot.
We want to thank Nikki and Marty for putting on such a great event, because you don't get things like this in Florida, and we're so grateful. So please feel free to stop by our table, say hello. We got things for you to look at. So with that said, thank you very much.
They have a Bigfoot thing that they do each year in Florida. I don't know what it's called though offhand. Oh, it's the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference.
Oh, okay.
This is more of her out in the field. She does a lot of the thermal work with her team. She does the impressions with the the foot impressions with casting.
Okay. All right. So she would know. She would know if there's a fifth finger pointing backwards.
Oh, for sure. She probably, if she happens to watch this, she would probably answer it over on Facebook.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Here she was pointing out where she believes this is a structure that the skunk ape built.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think there's another piece missing.
Oh.
There was a piece that went down.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Look at the picture. Interesting that it's broken.
Yep,
don't
it
you
is.
think?
Yeah.
Wow. And you can't easily break that.
No.
And that was not broken.
See if I can break it or not. Yeah. See how hard it is to break.
That's weird.
That is weird.
And then because we have one with you by it too. If you want to stand by it,
Yeah.
then we'll do a comparison as well.
What do you think? Do you think? I mean,
No.
it would be hard to break that way, like just
Definitely.
naturally.
Look at this thing.
I mean, it
Remember, we couldn't even move it.
could be a bear.
Yeah, I guess because bears do tend, like that's what they think Bigfoots are, if they're anything like bears, because bears walk on, and here, but they were there before and they were like comparing it, and it's not the same, they said.
Okay.
You look up in there for footprints too.
Pine tree.
Yeah.
Is there a pine tree? There's a pine tree behind you,
Back
two
there.
of them,
Yeah, over there.
but not right here.
No.
So it would have had to been like dragged there.
Yeah. Or hurricaned.
Oh yeah, blew there. That's another. I guess I don't know when the hurricane came that year. But it seems like if it was a hurricane, there'd be more damage.
True. True.
I see bones and hair. Yeah.
So that's a little bit of my interview in the with the Lakuchi, but I did find some footage of abandoned house going back over into exploring the Ocala forest.
Yay.
And I thought we could take a peek at that.
Yeah.
Oh, but first I also have over in the Withlacoochee, there's a ghost town that I thought we could look at, and then we'll finish it up in the Ocala with the abandoned building, that house that you sent me.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. This is Florida Trailblazer. I'm exploring in the Withlacoochee State Forest in Citrus County. I'm following this path through the woods. It's the old town site of Manfield. It existed back in the 1800s. A lot of history in this area. Around 1887, Hernando County split into Pasco and Citrus counties, and at one time, Manfield was the county seat for Citrus County. There were some general stores here, a sawmill, church, and a school, and even a cemetery nearby. Okay, I'm near the town site, and just off this path, over in that clearing, I believe is Manfield Pond. It's dried up today. And right over here in the woods, it's covered up, but you can see, move this. See this pipe could have been part of a well. And it's capped off. Let's go take a look over here. There's a foundation.
If there's any stairs in the Withlacoochee State Forest. So there's a ghost town there. But there's also this very interesting abandoned house over in the Ocala that is reported to be haunted, right?
Yes.
And do you know what haunts it?
I do not.
Okay.
We're out in the Ocala National Forest. We got everyone with us. We came across this really cool abandoned 2-story house in the middle of these woods here, covered in bamboo and all kinds of stuff. And look, there it is. Let's go in. Pretty creepy stuff here. Man. Wow. Look at that fireplace.
Wow.
Jack, you got it? Look at that old rocker.
I know.
Damn.
I left my stupid phone in the truck.
I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
I think I can actually do that property right now.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, watch out for that hole.
Yeah.
Or you think that's just like the back porch? Yeah.
What would this?
Pretty creepy in here, huh?
Yeah, not
I
bad.
would say so.
Yeah. This would be a good nighttime camper. Yeah. Be careful, there are holes in the floor. Oh, is this the kitchen?
It looks like it.
Careful where you step, definitely, because I just
There's
a hole
actually
there.
another floor.
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, there's actually 2 stories. So we're gonna make our way.
So this house is reported to be haunted, but I couldn't find much out about it. There are a lot of scary old houses in Ocala, and like abandoned cemeteries. And there was this that I could find that told about like what haunts Ocala, not the National Forest, but Ocala itself. And so the Fort King National Historic, there's a landmark that's supposed to be haunted. It's a reconstructed fortress built in 2017. And it's supposed to be historically accurate as possible after its deconstruction due to inactivity and preservation of building materials in 1846. Now it stands as a historic and educational landmark. With a long history of the First and Second Seminole Wars, the fort comes rumored with ghostly sightings and legends. One such legend is a haunting love story between a soldier and a Seminole woman. They fell in love, however, in Romeo and Juliet fashion. The woman believed her lover died and drowned herself, leaving the soldier to find her body and his own life so they would be together. Now people have reported seeing 2 figures walking around the water, orbs, and hearing phantom gunshots and whispers of disemboweled voices. Locals have also reported a small sense of unease and strange feelings attributed to the hauntings. And then this was interesting too, this Ma Barker house. Do you want to read that one?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me zoom in.
Okay.
Ma Barker House has a long history as what started as a regular lake house turned into a gang hideout. Excuse me. Gang hideout, which eventually led to the longest FBI shootout in history. This house was the final resting place of the Barker Carpies gang matriarch, Ma Barker, and her son Fred Barker after the violent shootout. Now it stands as a museum at the Carney Island Recreation and Conservation Area with rumors of ghostly encounters from the infamous gang members. Paranormal investigator Christy Sumner visited the house in 2019 as part of the Soul Sisters Paranormal Investigative Team. Although she claims she can't classify the house as haunted, she insists that Ma and Fred Barker's energy still resides in the house.
And I think we'll end it up with this person talking about Ocala, Florida haunted places. Hey guys, be sure to give this live a thumbs up and share it out into the algorithm for us. It helps us out a ton, and we love and appreciate you for that.
Now, every city has its share of haunted locations. In today's video segment, I'm going to take you guys around to a few different locations here in the city of Ocala that are supposedly haunted. I'm going to show you guys those locations and give you a little bit of backstory on them as well. Stick around. All right there, friends. So yes, welcome back. So a ghost, a spook, or a specter, by definition, is the soul or spirit of a dead person or animal that is known or visible to the living. Now, they can vary in form from everything from an invisible presence, an orb, or even take on a realistic lifelike presence. Nonetheless, these next few local locations are said to have activity of the paranormal. Let's check out and see what they are. All right, so where I'm currently standing is now just a parking lot, but it actually used to be the location for the Republican headquarters just here off of State Road 40. However, before it was that, it was actually the location of the Ocala Civic Theater. Now, the 198-seat auditorium was built in 1953 by a one Morris Osborne. He actually intended to use the venue as a magic venue that featured him, his wife, and 2 children. Now, Morris only had the opportunity to perform here twice before dying of a heart attack. After he ended up dying, his spirit was said to roam the venue and cause playful hijinks on cast and crew members throughout the venue's tenure. That is, up until the Republican Party took over the location in about 1989. Next up, we have the Ritz, which you can see here behind me. Now, the Ritz is a historic inn situated just off of Silver Springs Boulevard. The Ritz saw the height of its popularity during the Prohibition era, and in the spring of 1929, a fire actually broke out here and took the lives of several guests, as well as a New York socialite and her 2 dogs. Claims of sounds of the party and people running and screaming down the hall has said to have been heard throughout the years. As more recent, the property has actually been turned into a residence to house homeless veterans. Probably most popular of all.
I feel like the Ritz or every hotel is probably haunted, but that's cool that they turned it into homeless veterans.
Yeah, that is very cool. I'm sitting here wondering what this guy does to his hair to get it to look like that.
I don't know. I watched this video the other day of this woman and the stuff she did just to her bangs alone. I was like, for bangs are supposed to be easy. He's got to do some flippity, like, oh, you know what I bet he does? I bet he takes a headband and pulls it down and then probably curls it. That's what I think he does.
Maybe. Or a round brush with the blow dryer.
Yeah, maybe. Now, I think he does the headband move because I've done the headband to try, because when you got bangs and try to get them to stay down, especially in the beginning when you first cut bangs, it looks like you got like a wig on almost. But I don't know.
Especially when you opt for the man-hating bangs.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot. Yeah. And it's hot in Florida too, but anyway.
Places here in Ocala said to contain paranormal activity is the Reinhauer House here shown behind me, or as you otherwise may know it as the Seven Sisters Inn. Now, this Victoria home was built in 1891 and was home to Charles Reinhauer, who later went on to become a noteworthy contributor to Ocala's foundation. He later died here in the home in 1925 at the age of 79.
I think he sprays it with hairspray to keep it like that, to make it stay that way.
Maybe.
How does he keep it like that with the humidity?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now you have me looking at his freaking bang.
Despite changing many hands over the course of the years, the house is credited with all sorts of disturbances, ranging everything from voices being heard to sightings of apparitions. In fact, the house was actually visited by the TAPS team, which was the paranormal society that later went on to facilitate the television series Ghost Hunters. Furthermore, there's actually an episode of the Ghost Hunters coming on location here to what used to be the Seven Sisters Inn. All right, and last up on the list, shown here behind me, is the Israel Brown House. Now, this location is situated just off of Sanchez Avenue in the Tuscaloosa downtown area. It was originally built in 1885 and is said to be possessed by a mother and daughter who died on location here, whose spirits still roam the property to this day. At the time when the
So those are some of the hauntings, local hauntings around Ocala. Let us know if you want us to actually dig into Ocala itself and talk more about it. That hair has to be.
Did you see the picture of him in, like, it was a business card or something? Did you see that pop up and his hair was curled under?
No, I didn't. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm thinking I used to do that. I used to flip my hair and then some days I would curl it under instead.
Yeah. I mean, why not? When you've got beautiful hair like that, you might as well.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I had today for the Ocala National Forest.
Nice. You know, I just realized I forgot to send you my links. I do have Paraworld News if you want to do it.
It's up to you. Do you want to do it, or do you want to save it for next week? It's up to you. Let's do it for next week because I don't have it, and it'll take me a minute to get it all situated. Unless you want to do it, unless it's like really good and can't wait, then let's do it.
Yeah. I don't think you need the links because I think I could do it without the links.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Shannon does the Paraworld News where she gathers some of the weird and more wild stories around the globe and brings it to us. Usually she sends it to me. I didn't think we were doing it this week because she had a lunch brunch today. Thought maybe that's what was going down.
Yeah, and I took a nap. Like I wrote everything out the way I wanted it, and then I was like, okay, now I can take a nap. Totally forgot to send it to you. So my problem. Okay. So according to the Economic Times website, you may be able to lose weight from watching horror movies. When there's a jump scene, it raises your adrenaline level, your heart rate, boosts your metabolism, and it suppresses your appetite. Watching a horror movie can help burn around 113 calories in 90 minutes, the same as a 30-minute walk. And the scarier the movie, the more you burn, with The Shining topping the list with 184 calories burned. Other high burning movies include Jaws with 161, The Exorcist with 158, and Alien with 152.
I just saw the other day, Stephen King said that he hates The Shining out of all his movies. He hates The Shining the most, which shocks me because of all the Stephen King movies, it's like one of the best, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
That is yeah, because he said that he didn't like that Kubrick. It was the hotel was supposed to burn, not freeze, and I didn't know that.
Oh.
It was supposed to burn and not freeze, and he didn't like that, and he felt like he took all the warmth out of the movie. It was more of a cold, and he made Wendy stupid, and he didn't like that either. So I expected that when he said that. So but, you know.
Well, yeah, but the outside Frozen scene has become so iconic. But yeah, I mean, if he didn't write it that way, he didn't write it that way. You know the picture of Jack Nicholson when he's frozen?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he also said like here's Johnny will be forever attached to him, and he didn't like that either. So
Oh, he didn't write Here's Johnny in his book?
I guess not.
Oh, damn.
Or unless Jack made it so iconic that here's Johnny, but I don't know. He said here's Johnny will be forever.
That's too bad.
It's been so long since I've read it that I couldn't tell you. I don't remember it burning in the book. So
I didn't read it, and it's been so long since I watched it. I don't even remember much of it. I think I watched it as a kid.
Yeah. What was your first Stephen King book that you ever read? Do you remember?
Firestarter.
Firestarter.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was Christine. I was on vacation with my aunt.
Oh.
She was like, "Don't read it. It's really scary." So of course I had to, like, what are you saying? And I 12. Of course I was going to. So yeah.
And then I read my dad owned this, and he would always, like, whatever book he was reading, he would keep it on the back of the toilet because he only read in the toilet.
Yeah, because that's what they did back then. Yes,
right. Yeah. And he was
whole libraries in the bathrooms for dads.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was reading Gerald's Game.
Oh my gosh.
So that was like, a Flowers in the Attic sitch. So
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, Flowers in the Attic. Why were we reading that? I just don't even know.
I don't know, but Gerald's Game was, about sex and bondage, and yeah, I read that shit.
Yeah. I did that. Cujo was my first Stephen King movie, I think, that I saw. I think Cujo was the first one.
I think my first one was Carrie.
Oh, yeah, maybe mine was Carrie, now that you say that. But Cujo was right around that time too.
It
Cujo
was
scared the
Cujo
crap out of me.
and Christine.
Christine. Christine was a scarier read than the movie, in my opinion.
Mm.
But I mean, I did read it when I was like 12, so.
All right. Idahoans love their Bigfoot. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. But I mean, who wouldn't love the big guy?
Well, I mean, they love him so much that last week he could be found on the I voted stickers, as well as a watermark on the actual ballots.
Oh.
Bigfoot. Yeah. And I didn't know this because I typically vote absentee, but the sticker for last year's presidential election in Michigan featured, and this is in quotes, this is a quote, werewolf howling at the sky and ripping off his shirt, according to the article on Coast to Coast AM. However, as a Michigander, I know that ain't no werewolf. That's the Michigan Dog Man.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I'm just saying, why would Michigan have a werewolf? It's Dogman.
Oh. Oh, yeah. It is Dogman, for sure.
Yeah.
It was kind of like they're calling it a werewolf when they know it's the Michigan Dogman. Like they're trying to take it from us.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of like when Wisconsin tried to take the mitten and did that like stupid mitten glove thing. Like, nah, that
right.
But Carolina says, "Here's Johnny" was added in the movie by Jack Nicholson. He thought about that on the spot. It only made the psychological thriller much scarier, in her opinion. So, thank you for that little FYI.
Yeah, thank you. I love little tidbits like that.
Me
She's
too.
she's our in-house pop-up video, or remember that? The pop-up video?
Yeah.
Okay, last story. The Mirror is reporting that UK paranormal author Fiona Dodwell is the proud owner of not one but two haunted dolls. She couldn't pass them up. Oh, she couldn't pass them up. Oh my gosh, I was falling asleep here. She couldn't pass them up because she was doing research for her new book, A Cursed Collection of Haunted Dolls. The first she bought from two sisters who are interested in paranormal objects. It's a clown doll named Knock Knock Harry. That's his name. She soon learned why he's called Knock Knock Harry when she started hearing knocks from whatever part of the house he's in. And both Fiona and her friends feel like he's staring at them and make sure he's turned away from them. But curiosity got the better of her, and she got a spirit box to communicate with Harry. The first time went fine. She asked his name, and the spirit box said, "Knock, knock, Harry. Hi." Now that's creepy. And the next spirit box session, however, ended with the doll calling Fiona a bitch.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, he's been much better behaved lately, though, although he is something of a diva. Her second doll, Edna, makes her presence known, but Harry takes over all her spirit box sessions. Poor Edna. I guess we'll never know her stories.
It reminds me of I pulled up the Haunted Dolls and Other Oddities live that we did when we talked all about those haunted, creepy dolls.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently in her book, she talks about Annabelle. She talks about Robert the doll. and she interviews Jennifer Tilly from the Chucky movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's great in those movies. She's really good.
I want her wardrobe. We were watching the series, the TV series,
Uh-huh.
and she's in that.
Oh,
And man, everything she wears is out of this world. I want it.
yeah. I love her voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot
The
of fun.
baby voice.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's my stories for the week.
And you're sticking to them.
Yes.
Let's go over into chat and see what people are saying. The pretend judge says, "Shoot, that reminds me. I haven't heard an update on Annabelle lately. We did something about her like a month ago, right? But no, there
Yeah.
hasn't been anything really, really new.
Well, she is back home, but they're that comedian that bought her or that bought the rights to be guardians of the collection. Um, they're in the process of opening a museum downtown in a commercial area because they're getting in trouble because they're not allowed. It's not a commercial area where the museum currently is.
They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing."
No.
I find Skinwalker Ranch fascinating. The documentaries don't do it much justice. YouTube creators have done deeper and better research. Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch is fascinating. I agree.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Skinwalker Ranch?
Uh-huh. It's
Wow.
about actual skinwalkers. I just thought that was the name of it. I thought it was like, a TV series about a bunch of ranchers.
No, it's an actual ranch that a lot of paranormal, supernatural stuff happens on, and yeah, we'll do it as a topic for sure. I'm
Okay,
surprised you
cool.
haven't heard of it. Wow.
I guess I need to watch it. I wonder what streaming service it's on.
Well, it's hold on a second. Hold on one second.
Oh, I could look it up. It's okay.
No, it's not only that, it's just it's been around for so long that there's so many docuseries, documentaries on it. It's not just a series, it's like a place. It's a location. It's located southeast of Ballard, Utah, in the Uinta Basin. UINTA Basin. And there's just like it's an actual place. It's not just a TV series. And actually, I've heard that there's other places that are even more haunted than the Skinwalker Ranch. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to definitely check it out.
I read Cujo, The Stand, and then Dark Tower series. Oh, I loved The Stand. Yeah. For number one asked, Thinner is a short story, but sticks most with me. I didn't read Thinner. I didn't even see the series or the movie. I wasn't really into that.
I remember I read one of his books that he wrote as Richard Bachman, and I don't remember what it was called, but it was really good. Really, really, really good.
What was it about?
I want to say wolves or werewolves. I think it was called like The Revenant or it began with an R, I think.
And this was Stephen King?
Yeah, he wrote some books with a pen name, Richard Bachman.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that they paired up. Huh?
He did a few werewolves, didn't he? Didn't he do Silver Bullet too?
Yeah, I think he did. I think so. But I think like his books as Richard Bachman, he wrote like paired up with books he wrote as Stephen King. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. He did do a pen name for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that great. I know Stephen King, but I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I am in one of his fan groups on Facebook, though.
Oh, well,
I do
I'm really not. I want to be more of a Stephen King fan than I am. Like, I tried watching Castle Rock. I think I watched the first season, loved it, and I love Annie Wilkes,
Uh-huh.
and I I couldn't get through the second season.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I wanted to.
Oh, I like Castle Rock a lot, and there was that other The Outsiders was really good. That
Yeah.
had yeah, that was really good. But
Wait,
that was like what?
are you
That
talking
had
about the?
Jason
Are,
Bateman in it. It was a
no.
series.
Oh, I was gonna say he didn't write The Outsiders.
Well, The Outsider. The
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I
Oh,
said Outsiders. The
I was
Outsider.
so confused.
He did it like 4 or 5 years ago. It's really good. It's one of his better ones, actually.
Didn't he write Stand By Me?
I think he did. Yeah. He's done so much, right? And then right
Yeah.
now there's the new Welcome to Derry is out, which I'm so annoyed by these shows that are coming out each week instead of just dropping it all at once, because then I forget I'm watching it, or I forget where I am,
Mhm.
and I can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah,
So I'm
no,
so annoyed, and it's coming out each week, but that's pretty good too.
yeah, we've been watching it. I only half watch it. Chad's the big It fan.
Oh, yeah, I was a big It person too. I love It. But yeah.
However, I was not a big Chucky fan, and he started watching the Chucky series, and gosh, that sucked me right in.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Chucky fan too. I have a hard time watching the series, so I'm having a hard time finding something to watch right now, which is annoying.
Well, we need to start watching more horror movies so we can lose weight.
Yeah, right. The two scariest Stephen King books are It and Pet Cemetery. That was a good one too. Wednesday, you guys, I have a friend growing up. Her name is Wednesday. And we we went to see Pet Cemetery, and we have so many inside jokes about that movie. That movie was scary but funny at the same time. Like that little kid Gage walking around. Gage, is that you?
I don't remember if I've seen it or not.
Oh. But see, that's the thing. Like Stephen King movies can get on the ridiculous side. They can get very ridiculous, which shocked me when he said he didn't think the Shining was that great of a movie, because it didn't get ridiculous. You know what I mean? It didn't get crazy ridiculous like some of them can. So
Mm-hmm.
acting was pretty good. So some of the acting in some of his movies and TV series is like, I don't know, like second rate sometimes, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm really liking oh man. The acting in Castle Rock. That was
Castle
really
Rock is really good. Yeah. Well, Sissy Spacek, you can't really go wrong with her. So
Mhm. I think I'm gonna have to go back and start trying to watch that again.
I actually like the second one better than the first. So I mean, I don't know. How many episodes did you get in the second one?
Oh, probably only like 3.
Oh.
I don't think I got very far.
Like that one pulled me in really fast though. So maybe if you didn't, if you went 3 in, maybe it's not gonna work for you. But I don't know.
Well, I'm just gonna start over on the first episode of the second season, I think.
Yeah. It got a little weird. I didn't really like when it got off into where they were all like, I don't know, zombies or whatever they were doing. That got weird into like not the last episode. The last episode was really good, but like the the second to the last one, I was like, where's this going?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going with this? But then it got back to like normal in the last episode, and it was very good, the last one. But
yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with me tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we had to. I had to. It was your birthday.
Well, yeah, last week, and it was your birthday, and I had a really good like birthday. It wasn't anything special, but I wasn't sad. I had to like protect my energy a little bit here and there
Uh-huh.
throughout the day, but I just wasn't sad. I'm not sad like I used to be.
Well,
So,
that's good. Your
yeah.
present still hasn't left China.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sorry.
it'll be a surprise when it comes.
Yeah.
I got some collagen on my birthday. I ordered some collagen and it arrived, and I'm hoping it helps like my body and my skin, and also like I'm tired all the time, so I'm hoping it'll help with that.
Well, good. All right. Well, it was great being here tonight. As always, a lot of fun. It's good seeing everyone in the chat. And
We don't have a guest tonight. Shannon is actually the co-host. Every Sunday she's here with me. So, but I will put the links to everything that we viewed tonight down in the show notes, if that's what you mean. But Shannon does have a channel, and it's on the main Parawoman Radio channel, the Power Network. I think you've got like 10 or 8 subscribers or something.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Hey, do I have anything up on it?
Well, we need to start putting your Paraworld news over on it. Let me pull this up onto the screen, and we can look and see what's over on your channel. So you're down here. Yeah, you have 10 subscribers.
Wow.
And that is it. But we do need to put some stuff over there. We can now stream to both channels. So without you doing
good.
When you sign on, there's just a button. We need to get into studio so I can show you some new stuff. Like I said, I'm feeling way better. We did really well last month. So let's do that. Let's do some more. Okay, guys. And here, let me put the link for that if you want to head over there. And that's the Paraworld News. And we do need to start putting your Paraworld News, because I have been doing some clips of it and putting it up on our channel, on the main channel. So,
oh, good. Yay.
Yeah. Okay, Shannon, thanks for hanging out with me.
Yep. Thanks, Amy. Everyone have a good night.
Night. Okay, guys, that was Shannon with the Paraworld News. She does a great job with that. She's with me every Sunday for the Highly Strange Daze. We're 420 friendly here on Sunday nights. Not saying that we're doing any of that, but we're 420 friendly. And that's where the Highly Strange Daze comes from. I transitioned off of all of my prescribed medications over to herbal remedies, and it has really helped me out in life. And so thank you, Pretend Judge, for subscribing. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. Didn't know she didn't have no, that's fine. I didn't know that you wanted it. I should have, like, it didn't even dawn on me. And then when you said it, I was like, she's here all the time. But then I was like, oh, she does have her own channel. So thank you for bringing that up, because that was a nice little kick in the butt that I needed to remember that. So thank you guys for being here. Be sure to give this live a thumbs up, and please consider joining our membership program that we have over on the YouTube channel. It's our Dragonfly membership. Here, let me show you a little something about it. And if you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? I would really love to have you as a Power subscriber. If you really like my content, be sure to become a Dragonfly, and that's our membership, and it's $2.99 a month. I release all my videos early. We have special emojis over in the chat room. I kind of share things ahead of time with my Dragonflies, and I go live sometimes just for the Dragonflies. It's a way that I can support you guys and give you more content, and it's a way for you to support our channel. It's $2.99 a month, and I would love to have you. And I put the link over in the show notes, and I will put it in chat. It's up on screen. Please join us over and become a Dragonfly. We would love to have you. I'm going to head out, you guys. Let me know. Have you been to the Ocala National Forest? Would you go to the Ocala National Forest? Are you planning on going to the Ocala National Forest? Are you going to meet me at the Ocala National Forest? No, actually, it's the Withlacoochee that you would have to meet me at. I'm closer to that one. So would you go to the Withlacoochee? I would. I actually bike the trails, so at the Withlacoochee. So let me know how you think about it, if you believe in any of this paranormal stuff. And if nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm still going to tell you guys this. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out.